Yeah, I think we're not going to be able to evaluate when we get there, right? I think certainly, I know Matt and staff have put a lot of thought in preparation phase into how we're preparing for situational football. I think that's really important in today's game. Uh, but we're going to be the footing to get it there. We got to do it, uh, and I expect to do it. I think that's an important part. And it wasn't like last year, early season being in that, but but we weren't able to do it late when it mattered. I think the team is over the last few years accomplished a good thing, but what we're trying to accomplish, we have to get over that step. So I think the only way you're going to get better is to potentially try to, it's not like we had before, uh, but I think it's something that a lot of emphasis on. Yeah, big year forward. We're working through to see if it's going to be something long term or not. With we've always around here with head, neck, and heart, a little bit more sensitive than some of the other injuries, right? You got to take that a little bit slower, make sure that what you know is what you know. This is a neck injury, so we'll take our time, make sure we know what we know before put it at any kind of risk. But yeah, only tight end. So yeah, I think it's 13 personnel. How much time did you go as far as? Yeah, we talk a lot about it. And I think that's the one that really, in my opinion, um, as you've seen some of the emergence of the more tight end, it's because everybody started running so much more nickel, right? So you wanted to get bodies on there that could handle that, particularly in the run game. Um, and it just gives you a lot more versatility. Last year was the draft for as far as volume for tight ends go. I think you'll see that continue for a little while. It always kind of you always see some of that, and certainly that's where we are now. I think as Matt and his staff build out what they want to do each and every year, uh, either those conversations happen on how we have to kind of look at the team and how we might have to manage the roster as far as numbers go. So every year is a little bit different. It's something we talk about a lot. But I think I think over the last 5 or 6 years, it's like the rise of. I think when I first entered the league, teams were in nickel maybe 30% of the time, 35% of the time. The third corner, who was a smaller player that was not asked to do much in the run game, he wasn't on the field during down. Now it's really the base defense. Nickels your base defense. You're out there 70 to 80% of the time in that package, and that player has to insert in the run game. So they become more safety body types than corner body types. They're asked to do a lot. So that particular position has become extremely valuable because of everything they're not only asked to do, cover, man, insert in the run game, the zone stuff, and then really the communication with the inside linebackers and the other safeties. So it's a lot asked at that position. I think that'll continue for a while. Mm-hmm. You talk about like with injuries and stuff, Tom, that we talk about. Yeah, I mean, obviously we've run analytics on that, and it, quite frankly, it changed a little bit from time to time. I think it's important to get out there a little bit. I think it's always been, my thought that you get him out there a little bit, but at the same time, not much. I do think since the joint practices have become a trend, you can get a lot of that work done. When you're not particularly exposed to the quarterback. I think that's the biggest thing. Coaches can kind of control the script a little bit when you're in those things to see what they want to see, the guys certain positions they want to see, and then you can protect the quarterback. So, I don't, particularly with your quarterback and with Jordan, you're not going to put him out there. So, I'll first him off the line, not going to be out there in the rest of the group. So, um, I'd like all those guys to get a couple series. I think it helps the start of the season. Um, but if Matt or other coaches around the field, you can get some of that same stuff out of those joint practice. I think you do it that way too.
YouTube Premium is ad-free and exclusive access to all things VIP. So you can super fans but it's over. Try 1 month free.
Yeah, I mean, obviously thematically, he's really got a ton of juice. Coach, defensive coaching staff, the guys who've added, it's been a pleasure so far. Of course, the very beginning, we haven't done a whole lot, but his kind of reputation speaks for itself. What he was able to do as a coordinator. I'm excited to kind of see as he continues to get to know our roster, his thoughts, and how he can kind of deploy our guys. I think him and Matt have been really good working relationship, and yeah, it's been good. Practice one, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really, I got spoken of this before. I really like our group of guys. I like the individual components and the talent that we have. I think what they're capable of is all of the things that we want to accomplish. Um, Teams win championships, individuals don't, and they got to come together. Health obviously is a big part of that, but they got to come together and they got to do a lot of the things that they do to get to at the end of the year, finishing games, situational football. They got to come together. That takes time, it takes work. Um, you got to have some lucky bounce to move along the way as well as health. But I really like the group. The roster building 365, like I said, what our team is right now, what it'll be game one, what it'll be game, and so forth. Um, but I like the group. I like the way they work. They're good guys that approach it the right way. I like our locker. Uh, so again, from practice one, I have to go head down. So hopefully we can get out of it. But I'm excited. You're excited to see what they can do. But there's a lot of work ahead.
Hey, everybody, three guys with three things: training, camp, practice. Number one, Mike, what do you got?
Well, Larry, the cornerback position is going to be one to watch throughout the training camp and the preseason. And here in the first practice, Keyshawn Nixon sidelined with a hamstring. So who were the guys out there with the first team defense? It was Carrington Valentine on one side and rookie Brandon Say on the other. Benjamin St. Just, the free agent acquisition in the offseason, was at cornerback with twos, which was good to see because he missed a lot of time in the spring. That will be a position to watch for a while here.
Question.
Larry, when we come back out here for training camp review, the number one thing I always look for: who are the guys that maybe stood out a little bit during the offseason program that carried it over right away to start training camp? And Isaiah Nair, after being super impressive throughout the spring, had a awesome catch from Tyron Drones during the team period. The offense kind of paced the defense a little bit during those team periods, but Nair being able to pull that one in the corner of the end zone is kind of away from me. But the way that the offensive side of the ball came unglued towards that, you can tell there's a lot of hope, a lot of optimism, a lot of good feelings about what that kid has done so far.
Some zip on that throw from Drones.
From Drones as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, the difference between an OTA and what the Packers did today, minimal, non-existent, as a matter of fact. And there is a little difference in the sense that jobs are being won off to provide a little edge, at least psychologically, if nothing else. But the one thing I found very interesting was the punt returners. They're fielding big punts. They're fielding punts with a tennis ball in their hand, and they got to catch the punt, but they got to do so after flipping the tennis ball in the air, catch the punt, and then catch the tennis ball. And actually, they did quite well, and I found it quite entertaining. And that's three guys for three things. See you tomorrow.
The Bank of America customized cash rewards system provides rewarding.
It goes to the point where literally
It was really exciting. Honestly, it was a lot of anticipation building up for this one. Having missed training camp last year, so I was definitely excited to get back to it. I thought it was a good day. Knocked the rust off a little bit. Everybody and went out there and had some fun. I thought it was a good day.
Right for somebody who's wearing number 9. Is that something you're trying to be kid?
Oh yeah, always. There's so many options. It's hard to. I don't gotta hurt somebody's feelings, so I'm trying my best. Obviously, go out of my way to find somebody who's showing a little bit extra support for me. So yeah, I try to find a 9 jersey. Yeah, I used to try to switch it up. Just try to bond with a different kid. Talk to a different kid, see somebody new every time I'm out there. I think that we got all the potential in the world. Um, I don't necessarily like that word all the time because I thought that we've had a lot of potential the past few years in the receiver room, and I think that um, quite a few guys that have been in the receiver room this past couple of years would say that they wish they would have done more, wish we would have accomplished more at the group. So we got to find a way to turn that potential into um, success. And make those plays. Make catches, 4 touchdowns. But I think that we got everything that we need in the receiver room. I'm excited to see how we continue to grow through this training camp and hit the ground running. With one. Glad you guys healthy. You just got hurt last year. You guys need to get the field together much. Exciting you guys are all coming to camp healthy and feeling good. 100%. I think that the more reps that we can get as a group, uh, the better off we'll be as an offense. I think that that'll build that trust, that'll build that connection, and there's a lot of different with timing and everything. So I'm excited to match with this group and hopefully get come back to it and take that even another level further. It'll be huge. I think that he's done, a lot of great things this offseason in terms of, getting to that point. I think that it'll be an exciting training camp for him in terms of, cutting it loose, going out there and making plays. Uh, I think the hardest part, about training camp and, being a young guy that's eager to go out there, that there's only one football to go around. So I think that he's done a great job of, just embracing the fact that he can, win a rep even without getting the ball on that play. And, he's been doing really well throughout the games. I'm excited to see him again. It's everything. I think momentum is a big part of this game, especially at this level. I feel like once you're able to kind of find that groove and get in that groove, uh, obviously, he's got all the tools to do it. I believe obviously that I had all the tools to do it and I still do. Uh, but I'll take one play, one game to kind of like that spark, and then it's kind of just off to the races at that point. So, like I said, I think that he has, taken that leap and, gotten that, confidence uh, in himself to just go out there and just play fast. And like I said, I'm excited to see where it goes. Um, and honestly, we just talk about everybody. We kind of said it yesterday before we were getting into camp. That the receiver room is only going to be as good as the 6, 7 guy that's going to be on that roster. Um, even as a guy who has success, um, played 4 seasons in the NFL, I'm still watching each and every rep of what did Isaiah Nayer do on this play. What did Will Shepard do on this play? It's just trying to find ways to get better. So I think that we've got to continue to lean on each other as a group. And we're going to push each other to continue being good. So I think we should be talking about everybody. Um, Honestly, it's hard to just choose one thing. The one thing that I've always kind of just said is just um, is like his leadership. Honestly, his ability to just lift guys up around him. Uh, make guys want to make plays with him and for him. I feel like anytime anybody gets to get a rep with 10, I feel like there's just the extra little energy, extra little vibe. So want to be great for him. Uh, feel like he just kind of is the heartbeat of the offense in terms of everyone wants to do right by him. He just got all the tools. He got good speed. He's obviously got the length and the size, and just his playmaking ability. I think that since the moment he's got here, he's whether it was on scout team last year, just finding ways to make plays. For any young guys, this really just comes down to getting the system down. Obviously get enough confidence from the coaching staff and the other players out there that when you're out there, you're gonna do the right thing. So I just think he continues to grow in that aspect. Uh, he'll have a good shot at being able to do something for us. 100%. I mean, we were definitely seeing the plays like he's been making this spring and made today. We saw those a lot on scout team. I think that's what makes our defense better. That's what helps him continue to grow. So obviously he's not running our plays when he's doing that stuff. So I think the more he's able to do that in our system, I think the better his confidence will be when he's out there and the better player he'll be for us.
EVE Online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting activity and combined history of its players.
First question you called me about my mom. I was like, Mom, we made it. I was like, we made it. But yeah, I just told her like, I was able enough to get a stitching. She had to get it. I was too.
The way you were playing before you got hurt, can you, what does it take to get back to that, and then what's the next step? Yeah.
I mean, just being confident. Like, don't. I just say just being confident, going through this whole camp and not trying to focus on the injury. Just what I'm saying. And I feel great like doing the work I had out there, but that's what I'm just back to normal. But I feel like you feel any more first sympathy than before. I mean, it's the reason why the reason why they gave me the money because they know what I can do. So I mean, so I think I go out there and do my job. That's it. No pressure at all.
What you mentioned fun? What was the reaction?
Started screaming. Started screaming and crying, and that's when I started crying. So yeah, that was her reaction.
What does that mean when you think about the journey you've been on? How does that get you into the meaningfulness of it? I mean, it's obviously more than kind of
Yeah, I mean, it's all the hard work I put in, like just on the off season, going through the season, the injuries, stuff like that. Just I still able to get what I got is blessed. Like, no matter what it was, I was blessed.
as a whole, what's it been like being Green Bay Packers?
I love being Green Bay. I don't look. That's why I found that deal because I don't want to be nowhere else but here. So I'm happy.
Again, comment. Going back to that Thanksgiving, how many?
That was the lowest of my life. Like I never had a major injury. Like this kind of was like my first major injury. So I was definitely at the lowest. Like after that, because I definitely was like top three pro bowling. Like, but it was like after that injury, it's just a lot went down. But just coming through OTAs and the progression of my ankles is like amazing. So I feel great.
What do you remember about
The play, I try not to remember it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I try not to remember it. But it's football. Things happen, so I can't do nothing about it.
That's one of those where it's like no doubt.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, yeah, I was playing hard, and hard to football. Like you just never know. Like they can't let that stop you up.
What did they end up having?
What they have to do my ankle?
Yeah.
Just a couple of screws and bands, stuff like that. But it's back fully healed. Bone looking good, so I'm happy.
How do you feel now?
I actually feel great, like flexible still. Still normal. Like it don't feel like no injury or like nothing happened. Like going through the process, yes, but like now today it feels great.
your plan when you might start doing it?
No, not yet. I don't. Got to talk to training on staff about that.
What is different or possible for you in a Jonathan game?
It's a lot of. I mean, just the front. Like I can play it all. Like, I can go from nose, 3 to 5 to 9. Just being all over the field. Like so you just never know. And it's like a hard defense, a hard front to block. So, like it's gonna help a lot more one on one, especially when we get Michael back. So it's gonna be great. Very vocal. Right? I like that. Like very vocal leader, definitely leader. Support, support a lot. Support those that that. That's why guys. I learned a lot from our guy with the wide, that, that, that they have in them. A great guy, great one guy, somebody support you on. So, no, I always watch them on film and stuff. I always watch. I never my first time.
that your competitors don't want you to know.
Yeah, it's open. But we first three right there, so I'm bro. He would have threw a dot right there because they let him throw like the perfect pass. Yes, sir. Late, don't make me start using the D line. Bam, bam. Yes, sir. Come on, yeah. That spy out there. See, they just he went for the pick right there. He went for the pick. He goes for the pick right there. Instead of like just knocking the ball out. Pay attention, man. Come on, bro. Running, bro. Not getting tired. Just running all over the field. Never get tired. Love it. Love it. Love it. Little, little bit that. Our contain's better than last year. On this, I don't like the contain. They get too far wide. They get at. So that's why I just do too much. Yeah, I don't like the contain for this game. That's why, like I said, That's my opinion. Hit that like button. Put me some to the channel.
Driving is what drives me. That's why I
And I'm gonna be out about that. Love this LSU team. It fit like that. Fit without style. Bro, they matched me up with the same.
This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network, so shout out to EA for letting me be a part of this. Keep in mind that everything that you see is on a work in progress build, so it is subject to change. Also, EA has an MVP Plus membership that includes 7-day early access to both College Football 27 and Madden 27, along with additional rewards. So if you want to play on the second, make sure to get this. I'll leave more information in the description below. College Football 27 doesn't officially drop
The biggest mistake people make isn't picking a bad playbook, it's picking the wrong playbook for how you actually want to play. After testing all these playbooks for a week, I found playbooks for online grinders, dynasty players, comp players, beginners, and one that I think is just the best overall for everybody. Picking the best playbook isn't necessarily about picking a cheesy playbook or one with all the meta plays, but you do want a lot of variety and answers to everything you could go up against. Let's start with the Tier 1 playbook. These are more specialty playbooks, good for beginners and dynasty mode, but also can be used at a high level if you want to be a bit more off meta. Let's start with West Virginia, the most unique playbook on this list, mainly for the gun power eye type formation. This is a formation that can be fun in dynasty, but also if you can master it, you can maybe annoy some people online with this. This one can be pretty crazy with the QB run and the different types of blasts and options that it has. Now, aside from that, this might not be the strongest playbook in the game, but it is going to be pretty gimmicky and good if you like to play with trick sets. This is going to be one of the stronger trick playbooks in the entire game because it does have a lot to offer in that department. So if you like playing that style, this is something that's definitely worth taking a look at. The next playbook we have to look at is Colorado, and this one's definitely got some specialty in it with go-go offense. You can see tons of go-go options, and this is not found in a lot of playbooks. This is something that is both kind of gimmicky, but also really tough to go against if you don't actually know how to defend it, and it does a really good job at beating some of the meta stuff that people like to run, like certain cover zero blitzes, for example. You've got good options and pass plays here that you're not going to really run up against a whole lot, so it gives you the answers to a lot of things people like to do on defense, and they're usually not well prepared to go against the formation. This playbook in general is really good if you like two-back shotgun because you have a ton of different options there to get both backs on the field. You've also got some good trip sets, and then you have the cluster halfback strong, which I think is one of the more underrated formations every year that not enough people have time to learn. It's basically a shotgun bunch, but it's just a slight difference, but it has a lot of plays. And then you've got a pure gun type, which you don't see in a whole lot of playbooks. And they added some new plays this year that can really make this formation explode. Another underrated part of this playbook are the pistol sets. They have a good amount of them, and this year running the ball seems to be pretty strong. And pistol runs specifically, like dives and zones and different stretches and options, can be very, very powerful out of pistol, especially when you look at things like a pistol bunch that also has good passing plays incorporated in it as well. Do not sleep on the use of pistol formations in college 27.
Wow.
Open inventory tracker. Protein calculator. Workflow. Oh, it's things to get. I just read the gold track. Yep.
Is this thing there to talk about? I want to animate this guy.
Look at this, my dog. Interrupt the game. For dog. For office dog.
Does it always feel like first day of school? It does. One of those things where it's a lot of excitement. Everybody's happy to be back together, get back on the field. Obviously, we get the fans out there now at practice, so there's always a lot of excitement, a lot of energy on day one. Um, it's just fun to play ball again and be back with the guys. That's you. That's what you want. You want to be able to have that continuity. You're playing with the same guys throughout the season. Obviously, we know injuries, things like that happen throughout the season, but it's always the goal to be able to try and be the healthy team. Like you mentioned, just a lot of moving parts in the whole line past couple of years. Guys, have to play multiple positions throughout the season. That's a challenge. Challenge on a lot of guys, especially when you go from like the left side of the line to the right side. So I think for those guys, they can stay in one spot throughout the whole season. That's when you're at your best. And I think we'll be able to um, build on a lot of areas. But obviously, we'll see what happens. Things happen throughout the season. So you want to have guys that have experience playing different positions and step in whenever they call. Um, yeah, a lot. Looking around at each kind of position we have, we got a lot of playmakers, a lot of guys that also have been in
system, and played a lot of ball together. So especially in the receiver room, tight end once you get second back. So there's a lot of things that you get excited about. It's not your first time going out there and playing with these guys. So we get stuff to continue to build on for the last we've had. No, you get excited, obviously, seeing that type of stuff. You got to kind of temper those things, but still process. Come off a very serious injury. You want to make sure he's back 100% healthy going through the season because we'll need him for the full year. So, he's a great spot. He's working all off season, gets where he's at now. So, for him, it's just staying on the grind. Yeah.
At this point, where do you feel comfort level in the quarterback group?
Yeah, no, it's crazy to think about for sure. Hearing that, I remember my rookie year when I got here, I was literally the youngest guy on the team. Playing with a bunch of older guys, and obviously in a room with Aaron Rodgers. So, a lot has changed. And I feel like time has kind of flown by in 7 years. So, it's different. Obviously, a lot of faces, a lot of people came through the building, and a lot of kind of turnover. So, it's one of those things where guys are not asking me for advice, things like that, which is always part of the process. But it's definitely weird to hear that I've been here the longest. It doesn't feel like that, but it's one of those things where I'm now at that point where I'm trying to get these guys on the same page, give as much advice as I can. Great having Josh out there. We know what type of player Josh is, so I'll be able to continue to keep building as we start training camp. Great having that. Yeah, obviously OTAs we were watching him. He made a lot of plays up there. He did a lot of good things. He is a very talented corner, so I think he'll be getting some more reps. I'll be going against him a lot more during training camp, and I'm just excited for progression. It's one of those things where camp and OTAs are one thing, so you got to see how guys play when we get to live. But a lot of great things. I'm excited to see how he keeps building. I think for him, for all the rookies, really, it's just about trying to learn the playbook as fast as possible, be dialed in, and understand eventually what you got to do on each play. Because I think that's just the biggest challenge for everybody because it's so new. But talent-wise, athlete-wise, great player.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. Day one, you never know what to expect. So, we obviously a red zone day to day. Yeah, we made some plays. We had a couple touchdowns early on. The last period, it wasn't as crisp as the earlier period, so tough to clean up there. But I like it. Whenever you score some touchdowns day one, I think it just takes you off on the right track. Guys making plays. Like to see, us hit the ground running before we left off OTAs, and that's kind of how it felt today. So day one, we keep building, but it's always about trying to find ways to improve on the little things and second days throughout camp. Yeah, I mean, I think there's always goals you have as a player, and then I think as a team, it's just every day is a new install. Every day is new plays, so it's staying on top of the playbook and being able to go out there, run the plays. Obviously, like I mentioned, kind of find, okay, this looks good for this defense, this is where I need to go, and understanding what you need to do on each play, and then trying to, kind of flush all that and move on to the next day of install and be able to just keep going, stay, stacking stuff because once we get all the installs in, when we get to some of the ball reads and everything's in really. So that's when it gets fun. But I think every day is just a new challenge, trying to just get on the same page with everybody, make sure the time is right, make sure we're all getting the same way and talking and seeing stuff the same. it's great. I think these guys are great. I think as a receiver, you want to be on the same page with the quarterback. You want to get the ball as much as possible. So anytime there might, we might be doing stuff different. We're talking right after the play. Hey, this is what I saw right here. This is kind of what I want you to do. Vice versa. So we're always talking after the play. It's nice to get that little break and the other kind of go back. iPad right there to watch the play unfold. Talk about it again, but no, I'll just they want to ask questions, make sure we're on the same page.
Volleyball.
I think that's always the goal. I think the offseason, especially coaches, they're diving back into everything they ran year before, seeing what worked, seeing what might not have worked, and kind of looking at what we did consistently at a high level. And I think that's what Matt wanted to dive back into and really continue to build our offense around the stable plays we run. Like I said, get into it in OTAs, training camp, we'll put everything in. There might be plays we do in the season just not running that much. So it's almost a waste of time running during training camp and getting reps because we're not really running. So for him, it's really dive back in, what we're going to continue to run, and we can build off that stuff. And Matt keeps me very involved in all that. Talk so much about the offseason. Just kind of what we're going to build on, plays we might be taking out, what plays do I like, what plays do I not like. So I got a good say in that, but I'm right there with him. There's a lot of stuff. Get into it so many years, put so many plays in, also throughout the season that carry over for the next year. The plays you might run over certain of those defense. So just really dives back into what works and stuff like that. Yeah, it was crazy. See that the video coming after the fact of structure, a lot of the house. Very sad to see, obviously, with it being right there in Appleton, right down the street from us. So, Oscars are going up to everybody. It's a natural disaster that it's tough to see stuff that I know people are going through a lot. With your house, with everything you got in your house, like it's a tough situation. So, thoughts and prayers with everybody. Yeah, I think those are things that it's tough because there might be instances where you only practice something in a gameplay maybe once or twice in certain situations. They obviously come up in the game. So it's hard to emulate sometimes in game situations. We try and do it all the time by doing 2 minute drills, kind of put ourselves into some of these last second situations to be able to get the plays off. But I think it just comes down to everybody understanding what the situation is, having that intelligence to know what we're trying to accomplish with the team. So we're all on the same page. We've had a couple instances where, look back to the Cowboys game last year where we barely got the playoffs to be able to get the field goal in. So just the operation of plays before leading up to those end game situations is so critical that you got to be on point, you got to execute at a high level. Everybody's got to be on the same page. So especially in the game, we're trying to emulate situations throughout practice, but there's instances where you might be in a situation you've never practiced before. Guys got to be able to think for themselves and understand when we have that couple seconds in the huddle, you can be able to communicate kind of what the situation is. I don't think the killer instinct for our part. I think everybody's kind of got that. Everybody wants to win the game. You know what we're trying to do. We're trying to go out there and win the game. So that's not the issue. I think it's more just understanding the situation, making sure everybody knows. Like in some of those situations, do I got? Am I trying to get out of bounds? Trying to get down, save as much time as possible, running the ball in, like all those little critical focus points that we talk about that it's hard to get many reps on. So I think the killer instinct part, I think everybody's got that, and we're all trying to go out there and win the game. So I don't remember saying that. I don't know. it's awesome. Obviously, like I mentioned, the goal for everybody is to stay healthy as possible. You want to be on the field, you want to be available. How you get better? When you're missing time, valuable reps you're missing. Obviously, more time comes with fair share of things. So to have them healthy, to have them out there, is great. And obviously, once you get the preseason going into the season, you got to get that out there. Because, I know it's going to be a playmaker, somebody that can make those big plays, run the end basket. So I think for him, it's just trying to find ways. I know he's been working hard at it, trying to find ways to get those. It's good. I think for him being able to stay in one spot. I know he's been moving around a lot, hard, tackle, left side, right side. So I think for him to be able to fit in one spot, that's what he's most comfortable at, I believe. So I just, obviously he's got some experience in the game, and now he's the guy out there left tackle. Just about building on that stuff. And once we get the season, just going out there and holding it down on my blind side. But we're out there. 37. How important is the fun side of the ball? And that's important. We're here all day with each other, so we get a lot of time to spend with guys. And we talk about it all the time. Just trying to have that bond with everybody on the team, because those are the most special teams. Want to play hard for each other, love being around each other, and really have that love for each other. You go out there and have fun on the field every single day. So it makes it fun to come to work every day. But you got to have some fun out there. You got to do little things. We make a handshake. Just have those little moments. Give with each other before we run track. But that's when you get to have a little bit of fun. Fans get to see that stuff. They like it. So we enjoy it. I think it's growing the most is just understanding, for me, understanding what do as an offense, what trying to Charles plays, what his mindset is. So we're kind of thinking the same. For him, understanding what I like, what plays I like running, what I like getting certain looks on defense. So just that feel we have for each other. We're kind of in each other's bed, knowing how to play on. Get speak the same language, but I think that just comes from being together for a long time. Obviously, going meeting together, right next to each other. We have a lot of time. Every time we talk together, I think everything else, having him around, being the same coach, getting a phenomenal coach, and about building on things we've done in the past, and the best version of ourselves today. There's a lot different out there. I was saying there's a lot of babies out there today to see, but for me, it's just knowing that I got a little one at home that eventually looking up to me and watching everything I do is definitely special. But it's amazing. I love it so far. So I can say it's been great. Dude, yeah. Yeah, I never experienced staying over dorms. When I got here rookie year with COVID, so we stayed at home for the first couple of years, and we've been in a hotel for the past couple of years. So we're allowed to be at home again. Nice, nice to sleep in your own bed. Never beat that. So.
Earn 6% cash back in a category of your choice, like online shopping for the first year.
What is Spectrum Internet? It's invincible Wi-Fi that stays on when the power does.
Stay connected no matter what.
It's everything you want it to be. Today at Spectrum.com.
Oh, Marty, thank you for getting them. I didn't wait.
Okay, I will. I can go through 2% cash rewards with my Wells Fargo Echo Cash Card.
Come with the truck.
Yeah, the cash credit card from Wells Fargo.
shot takes this. Who you 1 for 4 in his return. So it's a bit on walk. Almost on that basis. Off hitter. Two hitter, great ball with. Mitch Jobber, his first big league appearance in 426 days. Right elbow, his back. Did see what he did after the play. There's also a couple of other.
Oh my goodness.
The northeast center, Harris, on the track, and it has about 5 feet of room. Operate takes Mitch Jobber. Some little minors to the left. Great speed, great guy, great catch. Eli White. Let's take up a little bit, but still. Broken back and almost hit AJ. Thankfully, it did not. Looks around it, maybe have it all on. By the night. What out of check? Bring up a week ago. Oh, the ball gets away. And Manaea is throwing that beyond the outstretched arm of Young. So that'll go as an error, and Harris to second base.
I don't know what happened here to Sean because he really took his time, and with the step, it was a pretty casual throw. Maybe that's why casually he never found his mark.
Young is playing far over. He'll win the foot race. Harris to third. Wiley hit here, right at the bottom of the first. Struck him out with a fastball. Oh, it's tough. Oh, you need like the neighbor. State Farm is there.
File a claim on the app.
You got it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The real New Year is almost here. Grab their face like Lunchables. Wishing you all a happy school year.
So the Mets for the second straight inning have the leadoff man on. Minnesota and Polanco DH again today. Called strike on the inside corner. There's the first strikeout for A.J. Smith-Jobber in his return. Not Taylor. Just a spring here. Taylor getting play, getting showcase. A lot of odds. Seven there, back-to-back strikeouts. Get Taylor here. Those two out, Young still at first, now Brett Baty. Splitter there. And Harris in the taken. Nothing for the Mets in the second. Eli White, his number shot for 9. Pretty good. Yeah, those home runs, both of them this year for Eli White again. 9. Hard hit. Eli White continues to have John Manaea's number for hits today for either side. On the bottom of the order, Joey Bart. A looping fly ball. Shallow enough that it dropped. Both Taylor and Ewing were charging. Taylor had the better shot at it, but he did not get there. Taylor picked him up, but he couldn't as well. Into that 4-6
Special double play ball. To the backhand. Strikes out. Alvarez freezes him with a splitter. So 3 strikeouts first time. I'm predicting DK. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit for you. This AJ. Not just AJ. That's 5 hits in his last 10 at bats. 1 out base runner. That's first hit of the game. New play door. Short lane for Ewing. Now he takes off. The throw to second by Barnack. Ewing has his second stolen base of the day. He's not in the big lead, but he got a great jump. 2 stolen bases today. 14 for the year for AJ. Back to the 14th fastball. Boys need the glasses today. Harris makes the catch 2 down. Over jet. This time it's 2 bottom short off 1 bounce. So it's single, but no damage. We're still scoreless after 3. Matt Olson leads off in the 4th inning. Last start. It's 14th fastball. 63% of the time. He is using it to great effect today as well. You get Olson on strike for the second time. Olson wanted to challenge that pitch, but then declined. Yes. Hand right near his helmet. Did I say? No. Sort of. 18 homers on the year and just missing number 19 down. Breaking ball hit out to right field. Then he's back. He's got plenty of room, and that retires the side. 1, 2, 3 for Mania. No score on the 4th. Polanco, the 4 bottom 4, just hit the batting left. Strikes out again here, and it is that nasty splitter from Sid Jobber. Down for Tyrone Taylor, another guy who struck out last time he saw him. A pitch goes for second again. This time they got him. Bart threw a dart, and Ozzie applied the tag to end the 4th.
My protein with life. Best thing ever, getting better.
Done really well. Door filled in and threw a bullet over. ball game to right center, and we are even at 20. And for Matt Olson,
fully working without knowing how to code. This is base 44. The first look at the current industry-leading AI.
I was going to try to showcase some.
Man, Golden Boys, man, give it to them. But they just get me right. No way. So, just make them work. Texas on the road and stuff.
benefits? Benefits.
Really one thing Xbox, but 5% cashback rewards on gas, groceries, and those are what I call
Come on, y'all right there. Come on, y'all right there. Two of y'all.
That's them draft picks.
Dang. He was playing great on defense. Running against the run, man, but playing pretty good on defense. Then he'll get the ball at fourth down, and third and seven. Can't do that. You give up those third and long. It's gonna be tough though. Man, he's playing man. So, and it's the hardest spot to score. Come on, bro. No, hardest spot.
Yeah, Mari, I ignore them, bro. You just gotta ignore people like. Hold on. I thought he was gonna go to the final thing. I probably just audible down to the phone next time.
And we keep getting all these pigs. Yeah, it's time to get rid of bro.
I know he got 50 seconds left, but I ain't trying to worry about all that. Try to get it stopped. Hey, kick it out. Oh, you lucky. You lucky playing around. Lucky that D-line catch that. They disconnected you again. They do. Oh, bad sack, bad sack. And y'all not gonna believe, bro. I manned him up. The safety 10 yards behind him. I manned him up. He still beat him over. So maybe if I do third or fourth. I know I'm putting myself at a disadvantage giving the ball that basically at Memphis.
Well, like, he gonna have to start, bro.
I always give up.
I got a 95 and a 96. They have to start, bro.
He's playing great run defense. 8 carries for 10 yards. It's just, man, you know how this game. They can give. trying to click. See how fast I got that spy out there, bro. That's no, my goodness. Art just throws the perfect pass every time. Man, that's good defense, bro. He just couldn't keep up. Man, good throw, man, Art. Man, hell of a throw. Perfect live on. Man, I can't even get mad at Weeks, bro. Like, that's good defense, man. Man, Day one, what's going on? How you been, man? Shout out to the boy, Day one in the building. Yes,
Shagun MVP what?
on most things. This game, bro. Only thing with using it is safety, you gotta recognize play action. But I normally use it as safety. I got that. I feel like certain problems. Probably back out of back out of. Oh, I had it, I had it, I had it, I had it, I had it. Dang. Hey, what's going on with the day? Like, so, Scorpio. No way. No way he moved, bro. The linebacker was standing right where he threw it at. He moved him. Look. He's right there for the pick, bro. Because I tricked him. And I went cover to right. Man, bro. He ain't moved my player to the right, bro. He was sitting there, bro, at mid zone, that mid read zone, bro. Like he did not know I went cover to right. That's why I love putting my players.
Oh, let me a 3-bedroom home in Atlanta. You're a whole food. Ready to see what people find with home AI.
Crazy. Like he ain't moved my player right out the way to clear the lane. Like, I've been seeing that stuff like that. Or with man, I gotta take shots. Well, I got two. Oh, but what's going on with the thing is I gotta kick this ball too. I can't kick it short. Kick it out of one play. He's gonna be in field goal. Big one, 92.
thought the camera was not like that. Please, but
We protecting that paint.
crazy part is I got a campaign over there.
man. Yeah, we need to get some pressure. That was probably the third option. Looking at this person. Shout out to Jay Blink with the two sentences. I love it, man. I love that it happened for the season.
No.
You don't want to you don't want the players not. That's what it's all about. Why? Double team, they just like, okay, no hand model, no props, no stunt drive, no artificial, never full process. Yeah, I'm trying to do my adjustments. I'm not trying to fake the hype. Shout out to Alpha with the two Jews. Appreciate. Can't kick it. You can't kick the back. You can't kick the that roll like the side. drive, good drive, tough drive, tough drive. He drives on the road, tough stuff. Especially you already down like that. Make sure y'all hit that like button. So for the channel is still definitely hit that like button. Oh my goodness, that's a big bro. That's a big. Wait, that's what I love, man. I like this guy. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir.
Bro, what is up? Like, we play OKC, we act like we just can't do nothing.
4-on-4. Can't miss that block right there. Cannot miss that block. God, please, bro. Come on. It's like gift, or I guess each one has a. I'm not sure. I think each one has a different. It's like this. Bro, you see how I got a clock? You see how I have a contain over there, and it just doesn't work.
What if AI could handle your most repetitive tasks? With Google Workspace Studio, you can automate workflows, track action items, and more, simply by describing your goals. Go from deadline to done with Google Workspace.
No way, no way, no way. Come on, man. You gotta jump and get that.
Wow, bro. Wow, bro.
Jeremiah Smith is moving so fast. I couldn't get
Bro, it's like a magnet. He doesn't even have time to even. Bro, he didn't even have time to like bring the ball in. It's like a magnet. They went with the GG, which would have been to appreciate it. Yeah, it's like a magnet. Soon as the receiver's hands touch the ball, it just sticks to it. Get up, girl. He's mad. Oh my goodness, this is my head. Good, good. Got to hold the block from losing on yard. That unfair. That's a bad. Oh, oh, you got to lay something out. 75, you too big. Damn. What receiver you talking about there? What? All right, like it's black, it's a low. Oh, oh, oh. Come on. It's in the green.
We lose again, bro.
It's just something about it that you can tell with somebody like with the game. You can tell they mad. Just feel it. That was the last game. Yeah. Still, ball, man. That's basically what it is. The only difference is that solo receiver, solo stuff. That, that's the only difference. Yes, but we've been had these things since I think
one.
Before you can say, if you're full,
That game with that. Please, man, if you're busy, if you could stop and real quick, hit the like button.
Everybody's always wondering what's the secret to making it to the NFL or the NBA or being a professional athlete. It's the work. It's the details. It's the effort that you put in when everybody else is chilling. It's hot out. The sun is shining. People about to get working.
It was 8.7 yards per carry. It even
what is this and that?
Well, speaking of dick, every day we eat organic, all pure, all farm raised.
Why they make the schedule shorter?
This is a alien. He's an alien. Came from another planet.
Want to around Morocco. I've been here a few times. Morocco's first time in Morocco. Pull up on us, parle français. Ouais, ouais, non, il parle pas. C'est pas, c'est pas. Ça va, ça va. S'il te plaît, s'il te plaît, s'il te plaît. S'il te plaît, s'il te plaît, brother. So we're here in Morocco, walking around, mashallah. I remember we went to Mecca 2 years ago, right? Summers ago? 2 summers ago. 2 summers ago. We're walking, we're in Mecca, the scenery is beautiful, the energy is amazing, the holy ground, awesome, right? Circle in the Kaaba, you gotta circle the Kaaba 7 times. Instead of vinegar, look at Vinny! Look at Vinny Jr. Yeah. Yeah. Vinny. Yes. Yes. Go Brazil. Vinny says no! Vinny says no!
Gang, why are we losing? Bro, this is bad, bro. Wemby got like 6 rings already.
He just off to the Cobra. Taco, you a bitch.
Yeah. I go, I'm good. Okay, drink the water. Just drink it.
One day without a production team or a big budget. I made the song, uploaded my character and music into OpenArt Director, had a simple prompt
Bro, I'm getting trolled, bro. You can't even keep the people you drafted. Is insane.
Off the line for Memphis. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Philadelphia making a change here. Both shots good from the front. Yes, some breathing room heading into the break. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Keep everything sharp. Keep the cuts hard. Cutting through contact. Passing sharp. And the ball's going to fall for us. We can't give up the easy ones down here, right?
I can tell that he wants his team to be precise with their decision So glad to have you with us here as we bring you more action from courtside at Game Park. From that power, and it's Ramsey in at the power forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And his power mission. Those are chances. Almost always. Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you here's Beal. Pass to Walsh. And quick look, no good that time. You'll probably hear about that shot selection when it gets back to that. Maybe not the best option. this more and more. Big guys who can really shoot it from deep. Here's Peter. Boozer. Screen by Boozer. Morris passes to Boozer. Back to Morris. Five to shoot. Takes the three. Anderson pulls it in. The 76ers trail by 12. To Jeffries. Here's Jeffries. Back to Miller. And here's Hughes. Another miss by Philadelphia. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. One passes to Morris. Deming. Here's Blunt. Now here's Boozer. The 10-footer. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Hill's got his fifth rebound right now in the game. Here's Henderson. And that's from the 17-footer.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
After Deming. It's Miller on the one. And here's Hughes. Henderson passes to Gill. Now Miller It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Hughes. Missed on the play. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Here's Pollard. Here's Houston. Shoots for three. It's good.
On the road, it's impressive.
Hughes against Morris. Here's Miller. Picked away. Morris looking over the floor. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Pollard. Shots up the three. It's off target. The 76ers trail by 17.
Get the NBA title rings ready, folks, for the Grizzlies.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get those shots to go in. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And they are just moments away from lifting the trophy thanks to a rousing performance here in Game 5.
Yeah, it was really just a remarkable effort tonight. And you can see how much this title means to this team. Well, they are extremely deserving champions, and they are going to enjoy this celebration.